So today I'm going to be doing a strut replacement on this 1991 Honda CRX. Okay, now I have the car secured on jack stands on both sides, and that's highly recommended. With a 12mm socket, remove the brake lines. Then with a 10mm socket, we'll be removing the upper ball joint. Also remove the upper ball joint cotter pin. Now with a 17mm socket, remove the upper ball joint. Now these ball joint remover forks, you're going to tap with a hammer at the end, but carefully without trying to destroy the bushing here on top, the ball joint. This could be kind of stubborn sometimes, so I'm using a breaker bar, 3/4 drive with a 17mm socket at the bottom of the lower control arm, and we're going to try to loosen that ball. It's also a 17mm to bring this loose. Okay, now with a 14mm deep well socket, you will be removing 2 bolts from the strut tower to drop down the whole strut assembly. Here it is out of the car. We're going to be installing some Gabriel Ultra struts. Pretty easy job. I love working on this Honda. Okay, I got this all set up. Soon I'll be compressing the spring. Okay, once the strut is fully compressed, you're going to remove the strut hat by turning it counterclockwise with some channel locks. Just make sure your spring is completely compressed, because it wouldn't be good if it wasn't. Slowly decompress the spring, and with a 14mm socket we'll be removing this bolt right here, and that will pretty much give way to remove the strut and install the new one. So I got this all set up with a ladder here. I'm using my little ghetto trick but it works. I'm pretty much beating down on it. It's almost out with this crowbar on both sides. So the strut assembly is in here. I just kind of on the ground kind of beat it into place like that, gently, you know. That's all centered up right there, and I just got to tighten the 14mm bolt, make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, so now I got the bump stop put back in there with the dust boot. I'm gonna again compress the spring to put the strut hat back on. Okay, so I got the top hat put back on, decompress the spring, everything's good to go, back into place.